Castanera, your throttle pedal isn't properly calibrated. It's 98.5%. Buddy, your throttle pedal isn't properly calibrated. Throttle was 98.8%. Super. You timed the quickest lap. 1 minute 10 and a quarter seconds. Sector quickest. Well done. We timed the quickest lap time. 1 minute 10.1. Quickest sector. Previous sector was quickest. Sector fastest. .81 liters remaining in the tank. Previous sector quickest. Fastest sector. Super. We set the quickest lap. 1 minute 9.723. Sector was fastest. Previous sector was quickest. Green sector. Fuel on last lap. 1.9 liters. Last lap was 1 minute 10 seconds. We got sufficient fuel data to do laps in the race. Sector green. Last sector green. Pit stop to take windscreen. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. Pit stop time of 3.2. Best sector. Impressive. We set the fastest lap time. 1 minute 9.55. Green sector. Get in there. We set the best lap time. 1 minute 9.5. That was a 1 minute 9.56. Sector was green. Impressive stuff. You set the best lap. 1 minute 9.35.
Hey, Pedro.
Hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just done IMSA race. Yeah, it didn't go too well, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just got damage at the first lap through some idiot losing the car. So happens on 50% of the races, and you've just got to avoid it. But yeah, this one I didn't. So pitted 40 seconds. It was just a front nose that fell off. So 40 seconds of repairs. But yeah, I was pretty much a lap down. So there was nothing to be taken back out of it.
They really have to do something about the repairs in the sprint races.
Yeah,
Does it make sense that you have like the same times of repairs as you have the endurance ones?
Yeah. I mean, it's good because it encourages. Because if there were like if they had let everybody have a fast repair, then maybe people would be a bit more reckless. But I mean, I don't know if it would help anyone.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but it sucks. Most of because like if you get taken out, it's so annoying.
Yeah, I know.
It's like most races, when I lose I rating, it's not because I didn't get the position for it. It's just because I crashed or got crashed on or something like that.
Yeah.
And every time you're losing like 90, 100 points.
Yeah, I mean, on that one, it was damage limitation, so I got going and I went to the end and I only lost 12.
Oh,
so
okay. Not too bad.
Yeah, I try when I have a bad one like that one to damage, reduce the damage as much as I can the I rating. So
yeah,
when I have a good one, I earn quite a bit, and when I have a bad one, I don't. I try and I know some people just jack it in, but I kind of try and keep going because. I mean, there were a couple of other cars. I finished 12th out of 19, but I was, there's a couple of cars running behind me, but they were ones that towed, so, and a few others dropped out. So I did gain a couple of positions, but it was just driving around. But yeah, doing the prototype series race now. See if we can get any more look out of this.
Yeah, I'm
and then
practicing for Long Beach.
Yep. How's that going?
That's pretty good.
More consistent.
Yeah, I mean, I know the track because like I've raced here a lot of times, so I'm pretty comfortable with it. To be honest, it's just a matter of surviving traffic. That's all that matters here. Because I have the pace, that's not the problem. I can get like consistent mid 09s, so I'm pretty much up there in terms of speed. It's just the consistency of not crashing into other cars. It's not even the walls that scare me.
Is it quite a bumpy track as well?
A bit, yeah, in some places. Are you doing Bathurst?
Nah, that is a death trap, is that one? Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, I think I am doing that.
Can't avoid that. It's just one of those races to do with survival, isn't it?
Yeah. I know I'm gonna be slow, but I really wanted to do that.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, I get it. I know some people like the challenge and all that.
I've never done it, so... And I haven't driven GT3s in ages.
Impressive. You timed the quickest lap time. 1 minute 9.3. Last sector fastest. 10 laps completed in this stint so far.
Oh shit. Damn.
Fit
Yeah,
for repairs.
I hit the wall.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was that a qualifying lap or something? Or
No,
stop?
I was just trying to see like where the limit is, and sometimes you can take the curves like very aggressively, but if you don't like module like the throttle input, the car
Modulate,
can
yeah.
just you can just like you can lose the rear end of the car and just go like completely into the wall. So basically, I was trying to see how much curve I could take there. At least at the start of the race, at the start of the practice, I was taking it like quite slowly. But yeah, it's tough with this car to know what it's going to do. Like sometimes you just go 10 laps without the car doing anything special, and all of a sudden you take a corner at the exit, the rear just snaps like completely.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So yeah, it is quite tricky.
Don't know why I've got a bit of a squeaky brake pedal.
You do?
Yeah.
Gotta oil it.
Just
You got
when I come off the brake. A bit of
what pedals do you have?
That's the magic ones. I only got them last year, so they're still pretty new. But
Yeah, but that should come with like the lubricant,
grease.
right? Yeah, the
It comes with
grease.
some grease. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying that needs doing on a regular basis?
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I never had to do it on my Oisingfeld
Fuel
once.
used on last lap, 1.9 liters.
But yeah, on the Fanatec, I had to do it at least twice.
Sector optimal. Get in there. We set the quickest lap. 1 minute 9.2.
Right, let's see how this one goes.
Good luck.
Thanks. I just want my 12 back, you know, from the
Yeah, I get it.
from the last race. I just want that back.
I get it.
Sector best. .9 liters left. .9 liters on last lap. Last sector was green. .3 down from your fastest time. Sector was the new best.
You fucking kidding me?
What happened?
I don't know. Someone just fucking drove straight into me like a retard. Fucking
Really?
hell. Some idiot just went straight into the back of me. Got damage on the rear end now.
That sucks, man. Yeah, I don't know what to say anymore.
Point one, slower than your best lap.
The racing standards are really, really low now.
It's since the cold tyres. People just can't get it in their heads.
Yeah.
Take it easy on the first couple of laps.
Sector was optimal.
Says I got damage on the back end, but I don't know what it's doing at the minute. Car still feels drivable.
No.
Go for a fast car now, lose the rear probably.
Yeah.
10 laps done in this stint.
That's risky.
Yeah, the car didn't like that.
Try and take it slowly, probably. See if we can finish the race at least.
Almost like turning left.
Point five, slower
It
than
doesn't
your
like.
quickest. Sector was green. .42 minutes of fuel left. .34 down from your best time. Previous sector fastest.
Right. So should we expect much from Monza, IMSA?
Yeah.
14 laps elapsed in
Everyone
this
piled
stint.
into turn 1 and crashes, yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Monza, it's a very skippable race.
Reminds me of the days when I used to play F1
Yeah.
and everyone
Turn
just
1.
fucking steams into turn 1 and then just crash. Always massive pile-ups. People just can't take it easy on the first lap.
In our iRacing Elo, that's exactly what's gonna happen. And Monza might as well start from the pits, to be honest.
Yeah.
.15 laps elapsed in this stint so far.
Hello?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, mate.
Yo. Sorry.
Hey.
I was trying to see if I was gonna die or not. And I did.
Damn it. Have you guys been having any luck at Road America?
No.
Not a minute.
No. None of us. I haven't even tried it.
Oh no.
The setup feels good for Long Beach. I like it.
Gotcha.
For me, it's just keep it like it is, and it's absolutely fine for me. But yeah, I really want the test sessions with everyone else, because I think that's what's gonna really matter. Like I can keep it with a 90 degree Celsius track temperature.
Yep.
More or less what like AccuWeather says. I can keep it on low 109s consistently. So
yeah, that sounds about right then.
No.
think I know Eric and I think Harrison were there. And when the track temp gets like in the low 20s, high teens, it definitely is pretty easy to consistently stick in the
Yeah.
low 109s and touch the 108s pretty easy too.
Yeah. The thing is, like we previously said, we are going to have like what, 4 laps of clean air. After
Yeah.
that, it's just gonna be insane traffic. So
Yeah.
times won't matter that much.
Yeah.
So
The important thing is it is consistent and that you guys can kind of get the front end pointed where you want to when you're trying to weave through traffic. This is a big thing.
it's so hard to predict what the car is going to do most of the times. Like I know I'm not trying too hard, but I know I'm trying hard to get consistent good times, you know? But I don't think that in the race itself I am going to do what I'm doing right now in terms of the of a clean track. Oh shit. I was talking on mute. Great. I was saying like I know that during the race itself it's going to be very hard to understand exactly what the car is going to do, especially at the corner exits. Because in some ways you can take like the curves pretty aggressively, but sometimes you just gotta back off because you're gonna crash into the wall if you take it too hard. And in terms of dealing with traffic, I think we have to take it relatively easy to not crash the car, because I know this is consistent with clean air, but in dirty air the car behaves even worse.
Gotcha. Yeah, we could definitely try to move something towards a bit more consistency there too, because depending on what it is, because there's some things that we have in there, like a lot of rear toe and other things that are kind of in there that might help with stability kind of in dirty air. So I haven't done a whole lot of testing with dirty air behind any cars at all. So
I've tested it with Justin for a bit. We did a few laps together, me ahead of him, or the other way around, and it gets tough, especially at the corner entries, because the car, it tends to wobble a little bit during the braking. If you brake too hard, the car just the rear end just tends to slide a little bit. But for me, with dirty air, it's even worse. So I don't know, man. I think we are going to be behind the Acuras, especially the guys from Digital Chicane are really, really fast, and the Acura is better around here. So it really depends on how we qualify and stuff. But
yeah, the biggest thing is I think that assuming minimal or no mistakes, I think that if the Ferrari qualifies ahead, I think that the Ferraris can stay ahead.
Yeah.
But if we're behind, I don't know where we're gonna find any sort of time on them to actually do anything about it. So especially because it's gonna feel pretty risky to try to even overtake, to be honest.
Yeah, you can't overtake here. Like you can't overtake here. It's so hard to do it. Like it takes the other guys to just make like a monumental mistake.
Yeah.
Or it's like slap a wall or something for you actually, so that you can actually overtake, because as soon as you get in traffic, unless you get like a good exit, it's really, really hard to overtake.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing too is going to be making sure that we don't crash into other cars, you know, following GTPs through traffic.
Yeah.
Because it's the major difference in speed, and then how other people are going to perceive that and take their lines behind another GT3 and so on. I think it's going to be really important to kind of make sure that's all done right.
Yeah, I think there's places where I'm not even going to try to overtake at all.
Yeah.
Especially in the first part of the track, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
It's so risky.
Yeah, the only like decent spot is turn 1, and even that's kind of difficult to make it stick. And
it's the straights. It's basically you have the straights and that's it.
Yeah. Well, Long Beach is mostly straights anyway, so.
Yeah. Yeah, but we really gotta go for qualifying here.
Yeah.
Especially with an empty tank, the car is so much harder to drive.
Gotcha.
.8 fuel laps to go. 1.8 at start. One second slower than your fastest lap time. Last sector was fastest.
So do you think it's is the rear or is it the front? It's probably the rear, is it not?
You need to pit now for
Yeah.
fuel. 2.48 liters left.
I'd say the rear.
Yeah, because I think Harrison was saying he's like wearing down the rear by like 20% or 8%. Sorry, more than the fronts were.
Yeah, I agree. It's the rear.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that, I mean, we might be able to help that out by reducing some
the fastest lap.
toe in the
1
rear.
minute 9.04.
it could probably help with keeping it. It's just depending on how that will affect the rotation out of the final corner.
Yeah. Right now it's perfect.
Previous sector was a new quickest.
Yeah, we might. Well, we might be able to get away with it because the changes that I made were dampener changes, so we may not need as much rear toe if the rest of the system works a bit better.
Yeah.
It may have just been trying to compensate for something. So.
Fuel pressure. Last sector was best. Warning, engine stalled. Point 1, down from your best lap. Warning,
I think
oil
Eric
pressure.
counted 10 liters for quali, but I don't think it's enough. I got out of fuel like 50 meters before the finish line.
Gotcha.
Sector optimal.
Yeah, just watching the replay, the guy just fucking slid straight into me. Terrible driving, fucking hell. On the first lap as well, man. Why do people drive like that?
The world may never know. Where are you racing right now, Michael?
I was just doing... You're in which one? Are you doing IMSA?
Yeah, I'm doing the open one here in a minute.
Yeah, alright, cool, yes, am I. No, yeah, it's I've just done the prototype race.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah. Fucking... People just can't get the hang of these cold tyres in the first lap.
No, they can't.
Every race there's a fucking pile up on the first lap. I don't understand what people are doing.
I tried to do it.
Like
I'm
that.
not sure if I'm gonna do it this one, but the past couple, the races where I gained a lot of IR, I just started from the back and just used the pace that I had, and then it just let everybody kill themselves in the first lap, and then that seems to really help. Because I did 2 races. I went from 14th to 6th, and then 12th to 4th, in both of those races, just starting at the back. So
yeah,
that's what I've been doing too.
Every time I started at the front, I've had a bad race.
Well, I've started at the back, but it's not been intentional. It's been because I've fucked up the qualifying, or
yeah.
what I've been trying to do is because the battery is depleted so much. I've been trying to do a build lap on the first lap and then really go for it on the second lap, but second lap
And
don't always work out, and so then you end up with fucking nothing.
depending on what car you're driving,
I'm driving Ferrari.
I know with the Acura, it feels like in the fixed setup and whatnot, you can go and you can still drive the first lap.
Yep.
And do that all as intended, and then like I've been able to just with the extra tire be able to kind of get a bit faster. You're going to be slower in the straights, but you can get through with the corners. And I've been like maybe only a couple tenths faster than with it on the first lap. Ideally, obviously, you can save the battery, then you can, but
the fixed is really annoying because on the fix you can't change the deployment. So on qualifying, it's stuck on. I've seen the really quick guys in the fix that on the first lap they're doing like a 156, so they must be just cruising around and not deploying
that's
anything.
What I do. That's what I normally do at the fix.
Yeah.
And then on the second lap, just go for it.
Yeah,
but
that's what I normally do.
You're putting everything into that last lap, and if you get it wrong, then you're fucked, aren't you?
Yeah.
You start from the back.
Yeah, but I mean that's not necessarily a bad thing, man. Like I've always been starting my races from the back. At Watkins Glen, I did that constantly every single race, and I gained I rating in every single one of them.
Yeah.
And I survived like the first chaos.
Well, I did
easily.
I did an IMSA race, and I was like car number 3 or something. So it was quite a weak field really, and I was one of the stronger. And I was starting near the back, and I just thought to myself a bit like what you just said, Hunter. It's just about. I just thought I just need to avoid all trouble, and my pace should take me towards the front.
Yeah.
And it did, and I think I ended up winning that race.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you should try it out,
man. If you've got the pace, you just literally just need to avoid everybody, and once you get through the first couple of laps, then you can start pushing. But honestly, the first lap is survival. I've showed you you saw some of the videos, didn't you, Pedro? It's because everyone in turn 1 it narrows into the first turn, and then it tends to be either down the hill or around and loads of Acuras seem to lose it into, I think it's called turn 3 technically.
Yeah, it's called tires. Like the Acura takes a bit to warm up.
Seems more than the other cars though, I don't know, but there's always an Acura that loses it on the turn 2 to turn 3, whatever you want to call it.
That's the thing, like people drive the car that's supposed to be like the flavor of the month, but they don't take time to practice it, so they just crash and that's it.
Yeah, they don't know how to drive it, you're right.
And the Acura, it's not an easy car to drive.
No.
But I think the thing is too, is that like if you go out on cold tires or whatnot, like it's really weird. Sometimes it's just steering input. I just think that sometimes like you turn a little too much, or you go a little bit too far in the grass, and you're just expecting it to be there, which it probably is on warm tires. You don't really suffer from it, and then once you get on a cold tires, it's just like, then you think you're like, well, I've driven out of the pits a million times at this speed, but for whatever reason, it doesn't give it to you. And it's just overcompensation. I think the pressure, honestly, the pressure of people being in front and behind and just trying to keep it is probably the big thing.
It's just when there's cars on your gearbox, you don't want to cede position, even though you're probably better to do that and then go get them. If you're quicker than them, you should be able to get past them later on.
Should.
And certainly
unless it's a Ferrari.
The car I'm in, I'm just like, if I keep it clean, then I should be able to get them on the straights. Unless they're the only people I can't catch are people that are really good in that car, and they're really good through the corners, and I just can't get near them on the. But if they're a bit weak in the corners, I can get within striking distance into the back twisty section, and I can normally get them. Unless some people just don't want to give up the position and they fight to the death, and they're the tricky ones.
Yeah. 15 cars.
Am I the only Ferrari? No, there's 2 of us. There's me and one other
Michael.
guy. There's me and one other guy, Stephen.
I've got a qualifier in front of you then.
Last sector was a new green.
I'm already started in a good spot. I think I have a
Yeah.
couple more I rating.
Well, all I would say is if you get stuck behind me,
That
then just
sector was
stick
quickest.
with me because
Previous
I should be
sector best.
able to get past the
2
guys, and
liters used on last
you just need
lap.
to follow me through.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just let everybody go and kill themselves in the first lap. With this field, I'm not confident. But again, it happens in like much higher top splits, so
Yeah.
everybody being a 2 to 3K, like
Yeah,
yep, everybody's gonna be fighting
Last
for it.
sector was green.
It's between 3 point. It's right in the middle, 3.2 to 2.4. It could
Yeah.
be worse if you get the 2K splits or 1.9s, then they're a bit
Yeah.
hit and miss.
Oh, it did, yeah, because I've had it a couple times. I ran into the back of this Ferrari
Sector
at one
optimal.
point because I fucked up into turn 2 or 3 or whatever coming out. Thought
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was doing really well and whatnot. When I was, and then just I don't know, lost it for whatever reason. And then yeah, so I'm like stuck behind this guy, and he keeps making like mistakes going in the middle of a corner though. Like
Previous
not.
sector was a new quickest.
He's like going a little too deep, so I'm like following him in, trying to keep close because the Ferraris are really hard to catch up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he
And
makes
then on the straights, he just pulls
2
away.
mistakes. He just makes like a couple mistakes, and then I'm like right there behind him, and it's like it's hard to really see whether or not the car's like sliding out when you're catching him.
Yep.
And I bumped him twice, and one of them ended up into an accident on the last corner. And it's just like he was like, yeah, man. He was like, you can't bump to pass and everything. I was like, I'm not trying to, but you're like sliding out in the middle of a corner, and I'm like, it's really hard to predict, especially because like he's a 2.1K, but here it's like, I don't know. It just seems like you can't predict anybody. Like I rating doesn't matter here. It's like there are people who are at 2.1K doing 3-4K quality times or whatever. You just don't know who you're facing.
Because they like when they're practicing, they're just basically hot lapping.
Yeah.
And they are fast in one lap, but they cannot race. They don't know how to do it.
They're the ones that tend to cause the accidents and piles up. So
yeah.
Right, let's do this.
Good luck.
Last sector quickest.
yeah, I think I just need to learn to take it a bit easier in these GTPs, because this is the first season I'm actually like maining a GTP throughout the season.
Yeah,
so,
same for all of us.
Yeah.
I try to basically change car depending on which track it is.
Yeah, I don't agree with doing that. I prefer to master a car and then just stick with it, but that's just me. If I was in the Acura now, I'd be doing shit. I feel like I know this car better, which is why I'm able to.
I don't tend to have a problem too much with the Acura. The Ferrari just around here, I think with a proper setup, I think I could probably be pretty quick in any of the cars. But I was doing fixed setups at the start, and I was just like,
lap time.
I was like,
1 minute 8.7.
when I started doing the fixed setups, I was like, I was like, I can't get the Ferrari another second faster in quali like the Acuras can on the fixed setup. It's just so much easier to just do the lap time.
That's why in qualifying I'm a lot slower than in the race, because in qualifying I can't match the times that the Acuras are doing. They're just too fast in the corners and whatever it is. But in the race it's a totally different story.
Yeah.
Right. Second lap, what's lap now?